The Wilwood Tactical Extreme front brake setup in black would be an awesome choice for the 2010 and newer truck owners out there looking to step up into a legitimate big brake kit for right around the $2,000 mark. Now, besides offering a sizable upgrade in hardware and stopping power, truck owners are also going to enjoy the visual improvement behind your favorite set of 20-inch wheels or larger, thanks to the two-piece rotor design in addition to these massive 6-piston calipers in black. Now, traditionally, brake installs would be a walk in the park for most truck owners out there. However, this kit will involve some safety wire work, which can be a slight pain in the you-know-what if you're not familiar. So, therefore, I did knock this one up to a soft 3 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter with a little bit more detail to come later on. So, I like to joke that Wilwood makes up 1/3 of my holy braking trinity around the site here, your other two members being Brembo and also Bear. Now, all three companies are gonna produce some killer components when looking to stop your truck a little bit quicker, and all three are certainly gonna look a hell of a lot better behind your factory or aftermarket wheels when compared to the factory braking components you are replacing. And let's be honest here, guys, yes, brakes are a functional modification first. However, I'm willing to bet a decent portion of truck owners looking at this kit are interested in them from an aesthetic factor, mainly to look good behind your favorite set of wheels, but of course also providing a serious bump in stopping power. And quite frankly, there is nothing wrong with that. But on the other hand, if you're looking at the Wilwood Tactical Extreme kit for its sole purpose of pulling that big old truck down from speed a little bit more effectively, then hang out with me for a little bit here and let's break these things down a little further. So Wilwood developed the Tactical Extreme TX6R kit specifically for the truck, SUV, and armored vehicle market. And when designing this kit, they did so with extreme durability and sustained high heat capabilities in mind, as that's typically what you're gonna be concerned with when getting these big, heavy trucks to stop quickly, but more importantly, more consistently. Now, in fact, they did specifically engineer this kit to handle stopping duties rather, on trucks weighing up to 14,000 pounds. Now, obviously, that's a far cry from your run-of-the-mill F150, but good to know for the owners who do a lot of towing. Now, the TX6R kit that we have here is gonna feature two big stars, in my opinion. First up, you have the huge 15-inch GT60 Curved Vane rotor, and then next you have the massive 6-piston radial mount calipers. Now, interestingly enough, guys, these GT60 rotors do feature a proprietary iron alloy material that's carried over from the extreme duty military stuff. So if you're thinking to yourself, Wilwood just basically rebranded a Mustang kit for the truck market, well, you'd be completely out of line, because that's certainly not the case here with this particular option. Now, traditionally, the two-piece rotor is gonna weigh a lot less than your one-piece cast iron rotors, and will also help with heat dissipation as well, preventing that excess heat from transferring to your hubs and more specifically the wheel bearings. Now, this is due largely in part to the center section here, or the brake hat, which is made out of aluminum, and this will be instrumental in preventing that heat transfer to your hub, and at the same time also dropping some rotational mass as well. And then you have these monsters, absolutely massive 6-piston calipers, providing you and your truck with a ton of clamping force, in addition to a very stout build. Forged aluminum housing loaded with stainless steel pistons, 6 per caliper of course, and then finally you got the high-temp internal bore seals. Everything, as you can see, has been finished off in a gloss black powder coat. You got the Wilwood lettering on there as well, a very sharp looking caliper. If you wanted something that stands out a little bit more, you can find this exact same kit, but with red calipers instead. And if you really want to go over the top, be sure to check out the matching rears on the site as well. But aside from the big flashy rotors and calipers, Wilwood also tosses in some brand new braided stainless steel lines, and more importantly, their very capable BP20 brake pad. Now, this pad is a little bit more aggressive than their basic street pad, which is known as the BP10, and has a wider temp range, which is good for the heavier trucks, especially ones that might be doing some occasional towing. Now, it is very important to point out that in order to get these Wilwoods on your truck in the first place, you're gonna need to run a 20-inch wheel or larger, and that's pretty much par for the course when you're looking to upgrade to a legit big brake kit like this. Now, if you currently run a smaller wheel on your truck and you want to upgrade your brakes, but you don't want to get rid of those wheels, your best bet is just to simply add a different stock size rotor, maybe drilled and slotted, along with a more aggressive pad. Otherwise, you're just simply going to have to upgrade to a bigger wheel to make room for the Wilwood kit or something comparable. Switching gears, let's get to the install, and as I pointed out at the very top of this video, I'm going soft 3 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter here, not because brakes are hard, but because safety wiring the bolts connecting the brake hats to the actual rotor can be a little bit tedious and time consuming, especially if you don't do it often. So with that in mind, figure a few hours from start to finish to get everything in place and bled. But aside from the safety wiring, it's pretty much brakes 101 here, guys. So just make sure you have a decent socket set on hand, in addition to some open-ended wrenches, lift, jack and jack stands, and some fresh brake fluid, and an extra set of hands to help you bleed the system when the installation has been completed. Now, Wilwood does offer some very detailed instructions to help you along the way, and make sure to follow the pad bedding process after the install has been completed for the best performance of your new brakes in addition to the best lifespan. So wrapping this one up, if you're looking to add a baller brake setup to your tow rig or daily driver, you'll definitely want to check out the Wilwood kit right here at AmericanTrucks.com.